G'day everyone. So in this video, it's a list of some of the coaches that passed on Tom Brady in the 2000 NFL draft. I know there's a lot more coaches out there that passed on Tom, obviously, because he was drafted 199. But I thought it'd just be a great look to listen to how some of those coaches feel now with hindsight, looking back and seeing how much success Brady's had.
Prior to the 2000 draft, and he really came back and felt like that Tom would be the best fit for our system and our team, and we had an opportunity to take him. We took him. Okay, in that clip there, when you hear Bill talking, I'm pretty sure that Bill's talking about Dick Rehbein there. And I'll do another video. I've done the video before, and I'll repost it again with commentary regarding Dick Rehbein's influence on getting Brady over to the Patriots. But just quickly, Rehbein was a quarterback's coach, and he was actually with the Giants at the time. When Bill left the Giants to go over and be head coach at the Pats, he recognized how talented Dick Rehbein was and brought him over to the Patriots. He told Dick, look, go and find us a quarterback because we're going to draft that quarterback in one of the late rounds. So please try and find a diamond in the rough. And Bill gave Rehbein this task because he knows Rehbein has a great eye for talent. So on one of his scouting trips, Rehbein saw Tom Brady play when he was at the Michigan Wolverines. And boy, did he love what he saw. Rehbein told everyone, look at this Brady kid. Boy, is he slow. Gosh, is he skinny. But man, was he smart and reliable and fearless. Rehbein's exact words to Kyle O'Brien, who's now the senior executive at the New York Giants, but at the time, Kyle was just an intern at the Patriots. His exact words to Kyle was, "This is the kid. I just believe in this kid. I really believe in him as a person." Rehbein saw what other scouts couldn't see. He saw Brady win 20 of the 25 games that he started with the Wolverines. He saw Brady lead the Wolverines to come back and win five times in 1999. He was pushing hard for Belichick to draft Brady. And at one stage, Belichick asked Rehbein, who would you pick? Louisiana's Tim Rattay or Brady? It was a no-brainer for Rehbein. And when the Pats drafted Brady, Rehbein called his wife straight away and said, we got him. Unfortunately and sadly, Dick Rehbein passed away 6 months before he got to see Brady win his first Super Bowl. So if you're a Brady fan, then you must know this. Dick Rehbein deserves a lot of credit for drafting Tom Brady. Rest in peace, Dick. 143 to you and your family. Now for a bit of fun, Rich Eisen, as usual, is having a dig at Mooch. I love this interview. I can't get enough of it. I love watching it. And I love Mooch's reaction because Rich is giving him a lot of crap and always gives him a lot of crap for drafting Giovanni Carmazzi over Tom Brady. Mooch takes it really well though, and he's one of the few, I suppose, coaches that have passed on Brady to actually take it on the chin, have a laugh about it, and you can tell he does regret not drafting Tom Brady. But I really like how Mooch takes it every time these guys rip into him for not drafting Brady. But he wasn't the only one that didn't draft Brady. Bill Parcells didn't, Sean Payton didn't, Brian Billick didn't, just to name a few. But they don't take it as well as Mooch does, though.
Steve Mariucci here on the Rich Eisen Show, and he's a perfect guy to talk about Tom Brady with, since he was the one who drafted Giovanni Carmazzi in front of him.
And I didn't know anything about him being a goat farmer. I really didn't at the time.
So it was you and Bill Walsh who did it. It wasn't just you, right, who drafted Carmazzi. Now, you didn't have even Brady on the board. You didn't even have him on the board when you went with Carmazzi?
Do I have to go through this again?
Yes.
What makes you think I just did this in Radio Row? So here's what happened with Tom Brady coming out. Hey, Kurt Warner didn't get drafted either. Nobody drafted the guy.
No, but you cut him.
Yes, we cut him because he wasn't ready. So
Poor Mooch, just taking L's right now.
oh my
Taking
God.
L's, Mooch.
So here's the deal, Rich.
This is the way we love each other.
So
yeah.
And Tom Brady, we had the same agent, Don Yee.
I didn't even know that.
Now you do.
Okay.
And so, but here's the deal. When you put your board up, your draft board in the National Football League, you have to, especially at quarterback, because that's the crapshoot column, right? You don't know. But there are different categories of quarterbacks. We had a guy named Steve Young. I don't know if you ever heard of him, all right? And he was an athlete. Rich, he was 4'5". They were going to move him to corner at BYU.
Yeah.
And then he said, give me one more chance. And then they kept him at quarterback. He was that type of an athlete. And so, and he wasn't ready to be done yet. So we were going to get a young guy, young athlete, mold him, whatever. And so Tom Brady was in a category of the drop back quarterbacks. He was in this category. Well, we weren't looking at that category. We were looking at the athletic quarterback. Gio Carmazzi, maybe because he was Italian, I liked him. I don't know, but he was a Rhodes Scholar. He was a 4'7" guy. He was a point guard on the basketball team. Yeah. He was in that athletic category, and so we felt, hey, well, maybe we're arrogant guys. We can coach him up and mold him into a West Coast offensive kind of a guy. That's all. And everybody passed on Tom Brady, as you know.
I know that.
Well,
not everyone, but I understand what you're saying. But Tom went to the Harvard of the Midwest. Tom,
so let me tell you,
Tom wasn't too much slower than the goat farmer, you know, or the shepherd, or whatever you want to call him. I mean,
what do you mean? Tom, God love him, he still has the slowest 40 time of quarterbacks in the combine ever.
Okay, so he's not fast.
So much for the 40 time at quarterback, right?
Based on what Tom did for us as a rookie, I don't know that he should have gone a whole lot higher than the 6th round.
I can't stand it. Run it again. Huddle up and run it again, Brady. Don't tell him to play. Let's go. What did he just call? Call it.
Someone within the Jets organization was encouraging you to draft Tom Brady. What can you tell us about that?
Well, I can tell you that I have absolutely no recollection of that. And, you know, some of these scouts, if it had to be a scout, some of these scouts, now that Brady has been a monumental success, they kind of revisit their opinion. But don't forget, there was 198 teams past him. He was the 199th pick, right?
Yep.
Am I correct?
Yep.
I'm not sure that's the right number, but I know it's close to that.
Certainly 6th round.
198 other teams had a chance to draft this guy. And so I don't even remember ever hearing his name from anyone in the Jets organization. So I don't know who that was that said it, but I can tell you, no one ever told me to draft Tom Brady.
Now, in the story, there's a guy, I don't remember his first name. The guy's last name was K, no relation to me. Do you remember a scout named K?
Yeah, Jesse K.
Yeah.
I know what he was, you know. And I had a high regard for him, so I think I would have remembered if he'd have mentioned that.
Don't be talking to them on defense. They don't know anything about quarterback. You understand? Those two guys right there don't know anything about playing quarterback.
What did you think of Brady coming out of college? Do you remember anything?
I do. We share the same agent, and so this was at a time when there wasn't a lot of information about the combine. And so Don Yee would have me occasionally call a prospect that he had and kind of fill him in as to this is what to expect. You know, you're going to be in a dome. Your hands are going to be sweaty. The balls are going to be kind of they're not going to be the broken in balls that you're used to throwing. So get 6 new balls out. Try to throw in this condition of 68 degrees. Just little things that prep a guy for the combine. And I can recall conversations with him leading up to the draft. And I was at the Giants. I had a high grade on him. Ernie Accorsi will tell you this. My only problem is the scout to my left, Whitey, who was there later in his career. And Whitey was the scout that he was there still, bless the Mariners. But, you know, his reports would be, and my biggest fear happened when it came to me and I went through my grade and why I saw him as this. Whitey agreed with me and it was over. When Whitey agreed with me, I had no chance of like pushing this through.
Would the Giants have drafted him?
Yeah, I think our final grade probably was in the 4th round. And one of the things that happens in the draft all the time is if you're in the 5th round, you're probably drafting a player you've got graded in the 3rd round because everyone else isn't seeing it exactly as you see it. So at some point, it gets off 2 rounds, and then when you're in round 4, there's a 2 that's still sitting there on your board. When you're in 6, there's a 4 or maybe a 3 on your board. So it would be very rare to have a 5th round grade on a player and draft him in the 5th round by the time you get to that round, because you're probably going to have a few players graded higher. That happened with Romo and Dallas.
Yeah.
You know, we had a 5th round grade. We began discussing drafting him, and then all the way into the 7th round, there was a higher graded player, and we signed him as a free agent.
He took the experience that he had as a rookie, and I think he did an excellent job of running the offense, of being in command of the team when he was on the field.
Hey, happy stepping in you-know-what day.
Also known as
Tom Brady draft day.
Bill Belichick's birthday.
Ah, that's right. That's right.
Stepping in you-know-what. Yes, of course.
Come on.
Of course.
You know how I feel about Tom Brady.
Well,
199th overall. I don't think anybody. Should we call Mooch and wish him happy Giovanni Carmazzi Day? Mooch, you there?
Yeah.
It's Rich Eisen. We're on the air live. I'm doing this to you, Steve. We're on the air live right now. You got a second?
Yeah. Yeah, well, too bad you're not FaceTiming me because I have my little clip-on tie on because I'm getting ready to take Total Access.
Okay,
cool. I got the Mooch cam roaring.
Oh,
and
this is great.
Okay.
I saw you yesterday, Steve.
Well, we noticed today, and I love you, Steve, and I know you can handle this sort of stuff that we're calling you live on our YouTube stream feed.
I mean, Mooch, brace yourself, buddy.
We noticed it was the 20th anniversary of Tom Brady being drafted today, and we wanted to wish you a happy Giovanni Carmazzi Day, Steve.
I hate your guts.
Fantastic. By that you mean you love me, right, Steve? By that you mean you love me, right?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Mooch, not my idea. I'm sorry.
Would you think I'd be still coaching the 49ers if Tom and I were joined at the hip?
Oh man. Could you imagine? But I saw clips of like Bill Walsh was saying he was the guy. I mean, you guys had consensus in the room, right?
Do I have to go over this whole thing again with you for the 35th time, Rich Eisen? You don't remember. You should just play the tape we did on the Rich Eisen show, one of the Super Bowls. So remember I talked about. God, I hate you. Remember I talked about.
Mooch is so rattled right now.
Yeah, well, I am so rattled because I'm supposed to be talking about the Buffalo Bills coming up for Total Access, and now you got me just sidetracked here.
Sorry.
So
we'll let you go in a second.
So we wanted to find another Steve Young. That puts the quarterbacks in an athletic category, Rich. You would not have been in that category, all right? We needed somebody to run faster and jump higher and leap tall buildings with a single bound. And so we put Tom in a drop back category, and we had other people in a athletic category, kind of like teams do now, with the Jalen Hurts and those kind of guys that are athletes. You can do a lot more than just the Jacob Eason guy. Drop back, okay? Tom was in the drop back. We didn't want to drop back. We looked for Gio Carmazzi. Gio Carmazzi, not only was he Italian, but he was the point guard on the basketball team. He was a Rhodes Scholar.
Okay.
And not roadkill. He was a Rhodes Scholar, all right?
Well, I mean, Michigan's the Harvard of the Midwest, Steve, or the Harvard's the Michigan of the East. So, Tom probably could keep up with that,
Yeah, yeah, whatever. But, he still is in that other category that we are not considering. So that's it. That's it. I'm not going to explain this anymore until you call me on the 30th anniversary of the Tom Brady draft day.
And Carmazzi became a goat farmer, right? Isn't that what he came when Tom's winning championships?
You know what? That was mentioned on the thing, but I'm not sure if that was embellished a little bit. I have no idea. He might have had a pet goat. I don't know. I had a quarterback, David Barr at Cal, who had a pig at home. It was a pet pig. I mean, you know, guys have pets.
I can't believe we did this to Mooch.
Hey, did you watch Tiger King?
Yeah, of course, Steve. Yes.
Listen to me.
Yes.
Get this. Travis Jervey, our running back at Green Bay Packers.
Yes.
He had a pet lion in his garage.
What?
Until Mike Holmgren found out. And it got so big, you got to feed it through the door really quick. And so Mike Holmgren found out about it, and he said, Jervey, either the cat goes or you go.
He just knows the right thing to do. You know, sometimes it's even a situation that you haven't gone over, you haven't covered specifically, and then it comes up, you know, I don't think Tom's an extension of me, but I do think that philosophically we have a lot of the same goals and see the game kind of the same way.
There's no quarterback I'd rather have. He's a terrific football player.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, as it would really help. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to everyone for all your support and your kind comments. Thank you.